So something happened in a pro game that I don't think we've seen since 2020, and we probably won't see ever again.
As we head into the Prime Gaming agent select, we're going to get some clarity on the agents we're going to get, but also where Nora is going to... Wait.
No, we're getting trolled.
Wait.
Now we're getting trolled.
No.
No.
Wait, can we get production? Can we check
Are
that
they
this
hovering
is,
or are they locked in?
Yeah, you know,
Are they hovered or locked
I mean,
in?
okay, the Reyna has been played before.
Are they hovered or locked in?
They
That's a good
have played
question.
the Reyna before. We have seen it, but
Hey,
what the
look,
hell is
they've
this?
got-
So yeah, they're playing 4 duelists and a Cypher, and they won this game 13-3, which brings up the question, are the ranked players right? Can you actually do this in your ranked games? Can you actually do this in your Premier games? Can you actually do this in pro games and still win?
There's the flash, the dog gets cleared, and the kills come through just like that.
An absolute slaughter.
I mean, there's no way they could have expected that. You see the flashes come through. They really had no shot. It was lighter weaponry, but again, very short with the counter. It seems like EG may have finally found some space. Taking a step back. Empress online, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a round out. EG was
Boldness,
so
and it's
good.
proving
They
to be
were like,
way
oh
too
my.
much. Can prove to be the difference maker. We've jumped right into the action. We've missed a couple of kills. And it seems like SMG is still up. The maybe 4th run it back of the half. 3rd, 4th, I don't know. So far back, but now SMG pushing forward, then halfway through to the next run it back in the first round of the half. It's another round in favor of SMG.
You need to have someone going towards stairs, towards baby door, that A flank, getting the flanket, anything else, but having so much people coming in.
And that's what we're going to answer in this video. Can this kind of comp actually work? Could they play it again and win again? Or would it just be easy to play against if the other team knew what was coming? And actually, we got a very good hint of how this comp might play out and how you might play against it in the very first round. Because if we come to this first round, SMG are on the defensive side with their 4 duelists, and you see straight away they're very, very aggressive, of course, but they don't just stop there, right? Normally, a lot of teams might just stop with taking A, but if you watch the map, you're going to see here that they actually, in a second, once some pressure starts to come towards C, the Reyna is actually going to continue to get aggressive and actually manage to find this first kill. So it's a great start for SMG. They end up in a good spot, and you see how aggressive this Reyna is continuing to play even after getting that kill, staying, you know, very, very pushed up, you know, all the while. Whilst this is still going on. But if we just watch them play this round maybe a bit faster forward, you'll see something else come out as well. That when these guys now start coming back to A and start to push them back, and actually we get a fight here on A, and we're going to get some kills going back and forth. You see just there, and our Raze has to leave. Take a look at the other side of the map, because here you can see our Raze is playing over here, whilst everyone from SMG has rotated over towards A. So this is like part 1 of how you might want to play against this. And if we watch this play out, you see that SMG are going to come flooding back. And here's the thing, this is a pistol round, but if you assume that this is a gun in this player's hands here, you know, that's probably 2 kills, right? That's not a 1-for-1. That's probably 2 instead, because they were running with their knives out. And so that's part 1 of kind of, you see the strengths and the weaknesses. Yes, you're gonna have to be very aggressive, and they did manage to and find that first kill, but there also is potentially some gaps there as well that can be exploited. And the thing is as well, I think that EG got flustered when playing against this comp. Obviously, it's the biggest game of their lives, you know, their first game online for most of those players, you know, a big deal for all of them. And then the other team picks 4 duelists, right? All of your preparation goes out the window. Now it's just, you know, a crazy mess, essentially. And I think the one thing that EG, you know, didn't do correctly when playing against this comp is they played a little too fast, right? For example, this round. Even on their eco rounds, I still think you want to play it slow, because of course when you're playing against all these duelists, you know, once they use that utility, unless they get 2 kills, you know, it's gone, it's used. But you see here, they're trying to like run in and play very fast rounds, but that's exactly what SMG want, right? Like that suits them perfectly to play these very kind of fast, chaotic rounds. They've got a comp that can actually deal with that, you know, somewhat perfectly fine. What they can't deal with is when you kind of slowly grind them out and just kind of, you know, trade utility 1 for 1, you're going to get utility that comes back, and they aren't. And so you see when they went for these kind of faster rounds, it always kind of ended up favoring SMG. And that also led them to trying some of these big A brawls and trying to outfight the 4 duelist comp, which they actually did do okay with in general. But again, I'm not quite sure that's how you want to approach playing against this kind of comp.
Can prove to be the difference maker. We've jumped right into the action. We've missed a couple of kills. And it seems like SMG is still up. The maybe 4th run it back of the half. 3rd, 4th, I don't know. I think we missed more of the round than we actually saw, because that's how fast it was.
Did you see what happened? Because I didn't see what happened.
Nope.
But it wasn't just EG making mistakes and SMG having cracked players, although that was part of this game. Another part was that SMG, even though this was an accidental pick, I think actually very quickly figured out how to actually play this comp, right? And we saw this on their first attacking round where they're coming in here, you know, and they're just going to blitz into the site and they get there faster and they're just disrespecting smokes, right? This Omen here thinks like, oh, I put a smoke down, I'm fine, right? But they just, you know, don't care about your smoke. But then this is the part that I really think is kind of the part that, you know, is big brain, right? Because you think that this is normally throwing, right? You're in a 5v2 and what are you doing? You're pushing up here, right? Like you're going way deeper than you probably need to. But this isn't throwing with this comp. This is how you kind of need to play with this comp, right? And notice that they're all doing it as a team, right? Everyone is on the same page that this is what they're going to do. And the reason for that is you have no smokes. You have to kind of do this stuff. Because if you don't, you know, there's just a lot of angles that you have to watch for because you can't just put a smoke up in heaven or whatever, right? That means that as this post-plant plays out, you know, you've got to be worried about all the different potential ways that they could come at you, and you don't have a smoke to cover any of those angles, so it makes sense to just go as a big death ball and just, you know, finish this thing off and just push into spawn. And on their attacking rounds, there weren't many of them, they did do this kind of stuff, right? Where it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna come and kill you as a team anyway and take our trades and take our chances. And if you're all wondering, how do I ever stop something like that on attack? Even before the game, Baby Bay on the desk did mention probably one of the best ways.
What last time I've never seen this in an official. And we did it in scrims, and you know what? All right, let's just get into it. What stops this is an op. You just need to get an op up.
Okay, but what are their win conditions, Baby Bay?
And that's something that EG never really got to do. The game was over before they could really build up the money to get a defensive sided op. But even on attack side, I think an op is a good idea, right? They don't have any smokes, so and they need to duel you, really. They need to be taking those fights as often as they can. That's kind of their win condition. So having an op and, you know, making it a kind of unfair fight, you know, can help you quite a lot. You might say similar sort of things, but maybe to a lesser degree about the judge as well, right? Just change the kind of conditions of the fight. Don't give them a fair 1v1 rifle fight. You know, go in there with a judge, go in there with an op and play at angles that, you know, suit that kind of weapon, and then you might be able to find some more success.
Oh, shit.
But the real question in this video was, could this work long term? If SMG picked it again, would they win again? Could it work in your Premier games? Could it work even in ranked games consistently? And the truth of it is, for me, that as long as you are pretty coordinated as a team and you understand as a team, like, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses of this comp, it can definitely work in ranked, it can definitely work in Premier. And the truth of it is really that I think, apart from maybe, you know, the good tier 1 teams, I think you can pretty much play any comp as long as you understand it and as long as your team is on the same page and make it work, because the level of Valorant right now just isn't at the level, apart from maybe the highest level teams, to understand and be able to counter that, particularly if they are taken by surprise from it. And so yes, if you are wondering, you can use this video to refer to as just your free pass to play whatever agent on any map anytime you want to.